Hi, I'm T.R. Williams, County Executive.
Hi, I'm Keith Durham, Mayor of the City of Lawrenceburg, the birthplace of Southern gospel music and the home of David Crockett.
Hi everybody, I'm Alan Betts. I'm host president of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series held in Lawrenceburg.
On behalf of the citizens of Lawrence County,
I want to welcome you to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series.
PSEC Productions, in association with K2 Media, proudly presents the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV Online. Now, live from the birthplace of Southern gospel music and the land of Crockett, with Stanley Wilson, here's J.P. Plant.
Number 9, Tommy Hubbard.
And we welcome you to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. We are back in action this evening after a long day, nearly 24-plus hours of rain delays, as we now are going to get some live action tonight between the team from Sarasota, Florida, the Southeast champions, versus the team from the Pacific Northwest region and Glacier, Montana. And we want to welcome those listening to us on 95.9 Hank FM, playing anything country out of Kalispell, Montana. Good evening, everybody. J.P. Plant alongside Stanley G. Wilson. Stanley, it's been a long wait for baseball. The grounds crew has gone above and beyond, and we're just excited now to be able to have some baseball this evening.
Well, especially the Montana team. They have come here to Tennessee. They've been here since Tuesday and have yet to play a baseball game. And it's Saturday already, and they're finally going to get their first action here tonight. Now, the Sarasota team played Giles County the other night on Thursday night, and they won a game 8-6. But Montana, they are chomping at the bit to get going here in this Babe Ruth World Series.
All right, so they're announcing the players for both teams. They will get lined up, and we will have a national anthem. And both games are starting at 6 o'clock here tonight. On the other field, we mentioned Glacier, Montana, Stanley, with their first appearance. The same for West End, Pennsylvania, and they will be taking on the team from Eau Claire, Wisconsin. And you can watch that on X Sports TV 2. If you want to flip back and forth, we got both fields streaming all throughout the World Series, so you can check that out as well. But West End, the long wait, as you mentioned with Glacier, they're experiencing the same thing over on Tom Cruise Field against a team from Eau Claire, Wisconsin, that really wants to bounce back after their opening game loss and an incredible pitching performance by Isaiah Mestry from Pittsfield, Massachusetts, a no-hitter. Eau Claire, they're ready to bounce back, so a couple of really antsy teams across the way.
Exactly right. Wisconsin wants to try to get that game out of their system. Of course, Pennsylvania's ready to go. I talked to some families over there earlier before this game, and they've been sitting around in hotel rooms. But the best thing about this tournament is there's host families here. This will be the last year that the Babe Ruth will do that. And one of the parents from Pennsylvania was talking about he doesn't have to worry about his kids. His kids are taken care of. They're being fed. They're being transported to the practices and such, and doing stuff outside of baseball. They went catfishing the other day. And said
nice.
They caught some catfish as big as they were. So they're very excited to be down here, but they're ready to get some baseball going too.
All right, we are glad to get some baseball rolling as well. And coming up, when we return, we will have our Williams Auto Sales keys to the game, plus our First Farmers starting lineups. That is all ahead from the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series, live in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, only on the X Sports Radio Network, X Sports TV, and on 95.9 Hank FM out of Kalispell, Montana. We will take a 2-minute break, time for the national anthem, and we will return and get you those starting lineups and the keys to the game right after these messages.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
Our national anthem from the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Welcome back to Lawrenceburg. Reminder, you can watch and listen to every game of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee by visiting xsportsradio.com, the X Sports Radio Network, and X Sports TV, where the Babe Ruth World Series comes to life and available only at xsportsradio.com. JP Plant, Stanley Wilson here with you on the call for this matchup between Sarasota, Florida, and Glacier, Montana, the first game of the tournament for Glacier, Montana. And it's time now, Stanley, for the keys of the game.
Yeah, these keys to the game brought to you by Williams Auto Sales and Auto Credit. Next time you're looking for a car or truck, go see Bobby or Raleigh for your new set of keys. Well, of course, for Sarasota, they've already got one game behind them. They just got to stay away from that giving up the big runs in the one inning like they did the other night against Giles County. I was talking to Rob Million, their coach, their manager, and he was proud of the effort that his team gave and of his pitchers. For Montana, they just can't be over anxious. They're ready to play some baseball. They've been sitting around since Tuesday down here in Tennessee, and they're ready to go, but they got to get the nerves out of them. I think after the first inning, they'll settle down a little bit, and they just can't be a little bit over anxious.
All right, so those are your keys to the game, and time now to look at our First Farmers starting lineup, brought to you by First Farmers. For the life you lead, Sarasota will be the visitors on the scoreboard this evening, and they are led off by Tommy Hubbard playing left field. Robert Vasallo behind the plate, hitting second. Ben McCabe, the extra hitter, will hit third. Stephen Wilmer, the cleanup, on the mound tonight for Sarasota. David McCarty will hit fifth, playing short. Chase Doyle is at first, hitting sixth. Batting seventh is Seth Shore, playing third. Sebastian Hassett in right field. He will bat eighth. And batting ninth is Hayes Bush. He plays second base. And the center fielder, Christian Gardner, will hit 10th for the Southeastern champs, from Sarasota, Florida. On the mound for the team from Glacier, Montana, Austin Green will get the start tonight. At third, Thomas Hellwig. Tarek Bistido at short. Max Smiley is playing second. Ryan Thompson is at first. Outfield looks like this, left to right. You've got Brandon Thomas in left, Caleb Morrison at center, and Logan Holidaychuk in right field. All right, Stanley, we've got baseball, and first pitch is coming from Austin Green. And underway, and it's a ground ball to the right side of the infield and through for a leadoff hit for Sarasota.
And JP, this field took a lot of rain, and the ground crew has been out there for most of the last 3.5 to 4 hours, and right where he hit the ball between second and first base, it's going to slow down out there in right field because that's where all the water, when the tarp was being removed from the infield, that's where the water collected over there.
All right, so Tommy Hubbard with the leadoff single for Sarasota. Next pitch by Green, hit by Vasallo, popped up in the infield, and it is Smiley who grabs the baseball for the first out of the inning. So 2 pitches and 2 swings for Sarasota. They are going up with an aggressive attitude at the plate.
The word I was just going to use, aggressive at the plate, looking at that first pitch and swinging, knowing that Montana wants to get that first pitch over.
All right, the hitter will be Ben McCabe. He hits the first pitch. Hellwig from third across the diamond in time to retire McCabe. Hubbard moves to second, and there are 2 outs in the inning.
There again, that water, the field conditions right there, slowing the ball down a little bit. He didn't have a chance at second base for the force out, but he had to go to first to get the sure out.
So the ground out, 5-3 on the putout. And the hitter is Wilmer for Sarasota, the first lefty of the ball game. So Hubbard at second. First pitch is a ball. 1-0 the count. So Wilmer, who along with the host team, Jacob Laws, were in the finals of the Home Run Derby Wednesday in the Skills Challenge. He's got a strong bat. That pitch is outside. 2-0 the count. So a lot of power at the plate.
Yeah, they're playing to pull a little bit in center field, shading over toward right.
Green, here's the pitch. That's high and outside. 3-0 the count.
Kind of got a shift on in the infield as the shortstop's playing behind the bag and trying to hold the runner also at the same time. Big gap between short and third.
Here's the pitch outside, so a 4-pitch walk, and Wilmer will move down to first base.
Well, you had the base open, pitching around him a little bit.
Now batting shortstop, number 8, DJ McCarty.
So David McCarty, DJ McCarty, will step into the batter's box. Hits from the right side. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Top of the first, no score. Sarasota, Florida, and Glacier, Montana. First pitch to McCarty is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. So Stanley, after the first 3 hitters swung on the first pitch, the last 2 have taken 5 straight balls.
Yeah, making Austin Green work a little bit out there on the mound for Glacier.
All-speed pitch is high, count even at 1-1. Hubbard with the leadoff single for Sarasota. Wilmer with a walk. They're at second and first, respectively. Austin Green on the mound, looking for his 10th pitch here to start the ball game. That paints the inside corner. 1-2 the count.
Green out ahead now, using that inside part of the plate to get that second strike.
2 outs, 1-2 delivery coming. Here it is from Green. Curveball lays to the right side into the hole. Hubbard being sent home from third. The slow roller into the outfield as a run scores, and McCarty moves to second on the throw. Wilmer to third, and Sarasota, Florida jumps up early. They lead it 1-0.
Yeah, they threw the ball all the way into home, and with that, the runner from first was able to get down to second base without a throw. Again, that ball was hit in that area where the water had collected, in the right fielder.
He had no shot. I mean, it died.
He had to come way in to get that ball, yeah.
All right, so the hitter is Chase Doyle. Hits from the left side. Nice stop there by Quentin Shiver.
Shiver behind the plate, blocking that one.
Count is 1-0.
Colliday Chuck is our right fielder.
Pitch is outside from Green. 2-0 the count. First action for Montana. Showed up at the ballpark this morning. Probably 8 o'clock or so.
It's been a long day.
For a 9 o'clock scheduled start. Here's the pitch. That is a strike.
And it wasn't raining at that time.
That's right. It didn't start raining until about 8:45, 9 o'clock, right before the game was supposed to start. They kept the tarp on the field because the radar was showing rain coming in. The 2-1 delivery from Green. Slap to the left side. It gets through. Wilmer will score for Sarasota. Rounding third is McCarty. Here's a throw at the plate, not in time. Making his way to second is Doyle. He is safe. And it is 3-0. Florida.
Yeah, Sarasota doing some damages here with 2 out. Another opposite field base hit. Plates 2 of them in here.
So again, the slow grass allowing runners to score easily from second base.
Yeah, he was running on the pitch with 2 outs, but as you said, that slow grass just gave him more benefit for him to get home easier. Throw back to second, not in time. But it has turned out to be a pretty nice night.
Yes, indeed. That pitch is over for a strike. 0-1 the count to Seth Shore. Shore, the third baseman for Sarasota. Swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. That pitch is high. And the count is 1-2. There's a line drive. Nearly took the head off the third base coach for Sarasota.
That's Rob Million down there.
Wow.
Cat-like reflexes. Just out in front of that one, just barely.
That pitch is high.
That was almost a strike. Green looking for that strikeout so we can get out of this first inning, get the bats going for the Glacier Montana bunch.
There's a ball lifted into left field. Back is Thomas, battling the sun, makes the catch for the third out of the inning, but not before. Florida jumps on top with 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Montana finally steps up to the plate in the 2015 World Series. We'll have that for you. We return to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, live on the Exports Radio Network, 95.9 Hank FM and Exports TV. Back after this.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name, Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
And we're back in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. 3-0 your score. Florida over Montana. The boys from Glacier will step up to the batter's box, but first, let's get a look at our weather report, Stanley.
Yes, this weather report brought to you by Martin Methodist College, providing an education that's personal. Currently, it's partly cloudy with 75 degrees. The rain has come and gone here, and it looks like it's got out of our area, so hopefully we'll have nice weather tonight and for tomorrow, as we're going to double up tomorrow, JP. First games will start at noon. We'll have another game at 2:30 and then come back at 5 and 7:30. So we'll have a doubleheader tomorrow afternoon.
All right. Yeah, we're glad to see the sunshine. It has become muggy, extremely muggy, after the rain came throughout the day. So, but we're glad to have baseball. I want to let you know this is the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series, and we're live from our broadcast position built by Parks Lumber. Yeah, helped us out.
A lot of things new here at the ballpark.
There are a lot of things new,
including some of the technology that we're using here.
That's right.
Austin Green will lead off for Glacier, the pitcher.
Got a meeting at the mound. As of Vasallo checking in with Wilmer. I'm not sure what the holdup is here. Oh, the home plate umpire was in the dugout there.
Leading off pitcher, number 10, Austin Green.
So it'll be Austin Green, Thomas Helwig, Tarek Bistido, the first three up for Glacier, Montana. Green wearing number 10, gray jerseys, black sleeves, gray pants with black stripes. Here's the first pitch from Wilmer, the lefty. It is high for a ball, 1-0 the count. There's a pitch, strike, and the count even at 1-1. JP Plant, Stanley Wilson here with you from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. That pitch inside for a ball, 2-1. If you're watching us online on Exports TV 1, Florida and Montana. On Exports TV 2, you've got Wisconsin and Pennsylvania. That pitch is outside for a ball, and it's 3-1. Here's a 3-1 delivery. Inside and tight. That should be 4 balls. Yep. Everybody had to double check.
That was odd. The umpire turned around and looked up at the press box, and
I'm not sure if I've ever seen where both the player and the umpire were not sure.
Well, usually they look out to the umpires out in the field to double check. But I think everybody's on the same page. So they get a leadoff walk here to start their inning.
All right, Thomas Helwig, the third baseman for Montana, squaring around to bunt and just gets out of the way, fouls it off, 0-1 the count. Tommy Helwig wearing number 23 for Glacier, Montana.
Yeah, they wanted him to pull the bat back.
He was just getting out of the way.
He's trying to save himself.
That's right. 3-0 your score. Florida over Montana. We're in the bottom of the first. Squaring around again. High curve ball now throwing back to first is Vasallo. And Green makes it back safely. That pitch was high for a ball. And it is 1-1. Squaring around. He lays it down hard to the third baseman. Shore. One place to go. That's to first. And he pulls Doyle off the bag. And making his way to third is Green. So an error on the throw. Had plenty of time, Stanley.
Yeah,
but the error puts runners at the corners for Montana.
Yeah, Shore made a good play on the ball, but unfortunately his throw went errant and pulled the first baseman off the bag. So now Glacier's got runners at the corners with nobody out here in the bottom of the first.
All right, so
This look at your field condition and dimensions brought to you by Express Med Urgent and Primary Care. Convenient, fast, painless. Express Med. Are you sick? They're quick. And, of course, we've been talking about all the water this field has taken, and the infield is kind of rough right now.
Another squaring around is Tarek Bistido, the hitter, hits from the right side.
It's going to be a slow track on the dirt and in the grass. And as I mentioned in the top of the first inning, the water has collected out there in short right field. So we've already seen that come into play. 336 down the lines and 375 to deep center field.
Will they try the safety squeeze again? No, he's pulling, swinging away, running to second, and the throw comes down from Vasallo. He is out at second, but scoring from third is Green. So Montana sacrifices an out for a run, and it's 3-1 with one out and now bases loaded.
Well, also on Sarasota's side, they went ahead and went for the runner. Even with the 3-0 lead, they gave up the run. As soon as he threw down to second, the runner from third broke for home.
There's a strike. Yeah, Bistido held the bat and was caught looking there. And for the second out of the inning. So bases are loaded for Max Smiley. Second baseman for Montana has for and receives time. Three to 1 your score. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. The pitch is outside from Wilmer, 1-0 the count. The lefty, Wilmer versus Smiley, the righty. That's inside.
No wind here right now. The wind is not. The flag is not doing anything, I should say.
Yeah, the flag is limp out in center field, left center field. It is muggy, and the third, short, and left fielder will have to battle the sun through a good portion of this game. That ball is high for a ball, 3-0.
Smiley wearing the Jackie Robinson number 42.
Slightly open stance, that pitch from Wilmer inside, so a 4-pitch walk. And Smiley.
Well, Glacier needs to work this pitcher right now. He's having a little control problems in this first inning. He may be a little bit of the nerves.
And for Wilmer, his second walk of the ball game. The batter will be Logan Holidaychuk, right fielder. For Montana.
Well, I feel sorry for both of the right fielders out here tonight.
Left fielders, you mean?
Well, the right fielders where all that water's
the water, yeah. I thought you were talking about the sun.
Well,
yeah, left field you got sun, right field you got water. As that pitch was over for a strike.
The elements are very much in play here tonight.
Other than that, though, the field is in excellent condition. It held the water extremely well. That pitch is over for a strike. 0-2. And Shannon, I think I heard we got close to 4 inches of rain over the last 24 hours.
My goodness.
Between last night and all day today. Here's the 0-2. Inside corner, strike 3. As Wilmer gets 2 looking, but not before Montana gets 1 run, no hits, 1 error, 1 runner left on base. Hassett, Bush, and Garner up for Florida. When we return to the World Series in Lawrenceburg, Florida and Montana on the Exports Radio Network, Exports TV, and on 95.9 Hank FM. We'll be back after this.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story & Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story & Lee.
We know when we come into Story & Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You got to come see Story & Lee.
Story & Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
And welcome back to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. JP Plant, Stanley Wilson here with you. 3-1 your score. As we start the top of the second, Hassett, first pitch swinging, and nice play there by Ryan Thompson for Montana.
Yeah,
tall 15-year-old had to go up and used every inch of his 6+ frame to get that one.
Yeah, I said it. I was going to say he went up the ladder to get that one, and he came back down, found the bag, made the put out.
5-3 on the put out. And obviously the scouting report on Green for Florida is to attack early in the count. And the hitter, Hayes Bush, takes a off-speed pitch outside, 1-0 the count.
Hayes making his first start here in the World Series. Did not start the other game the other night against Giles County.
That pitch is high, 2-0 the count. On Tom Cruise Field, Wisconsin now leading Pennsylvania 1-0. That game is in the second inning. 3-1 here is a swing and a miss. Count on Hayes Bush now goes to 2-1. Green peering through his glove. Here's the pitch. Just misses outside. And it's 3-1. Florida and Montana, 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Here's the 3-1 outside. And a one-out walk for Hayes Bush and the Southeast champs.
Center fielder, number 24.
Our portable power at the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series is made possible by our friends at Rent Right in Lawrenceburg, located on Buffalo Road. Couldn't do it without them. Here's the pitch. Line drive in left center field from Christian Garner. That's going to go all the way to the wall past Thomas in left. Rounding second is Bush, and he is being waved home. And waiting for the pitch as the run scores. Gardner is going to be tagged out, but not before a run scores, and it's 4-1 for Florida.
I don't know how much the field came into play on that slide in the third base. He slid a little bit early. But number 9 hitter Gardner, he put a rip into that ball to left center field.
So a double officially. And it is 4-1. Swing and a miss by Tommy Hubbard. Pitch nearly catches him there. Should be 1-1. That pitch catches the outside corner, 1-2. Here's the 1-2. That is high. Count even at 2-2 to Tommy Hubbard.
Good crowd here tonight. It's like a lot of folks want to watch some baseball. They couldn't watch it yesterday or this earlier today.
Swing and a miss. And Hubbard goes down. Third out of the inning. 1 run and 1 hit. No errors. No runners left on base for Florida. They lead it 4-1 over Montana. It'll be Thompson, Shiver, and Thomas coming up for the first time for the boys from Glacier on the X Sports Radio Network, X Sports TV, and Hank 95 FM. We'll be back after this.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
Babe Ruth Network's biggest summer events come to you all across the country, from Cal Ripken Baseball to Babe Ruth Softball to Babe Ruth Baseball. BRN, the Babe Ruth Network, is your daily insight into all things Babe Ruth League. Tune in every day to check out what's going on in these all-star tournaments and maybe catch your team make our plays of the day. Go to BabeRuthNetwork.org. 4-1 your score. Ryan Thompson leading things off for Montana. Bottom of the second. First pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner. And want to say, give a shout out to those watching on the big screen at Casey's in Whitefish, Montana. Watching on Exports TV 1. Appreciate you guys tuning in up in the Pacific Northwest. That pitch is outside for a ball. Stanley,
it's a beautiful land up there.
Yes, it is.
Glacier National Park.
And unsure was Thompson. He does check. I think there was a strike anyway. 1-2 the count.
Wearing the big number 99 out there.
Lefty Ryan Thompson facing the lefty Wilmer from Sarasota. There's a pitch. Fouled it off. And off of Vassallo's mitt. It stays alive at 1-2. Standing the players for this Glacier, Montana team, made up from Whitefish, we mentioned, who are watching some at Casey's, Columbia Falls, and Big Forth, Montana, right up next to the Canadian border. I think we got some maybe watching and listening.
Glad to have you.
International watchers and viewers. That one skips even in the grass. That is low for a ball. 2-2 the count. Appreciate you those listening in on 95.9 Hank FM. Here's the 2-2. That is outside. 3-2 the count to Ryan Thompson.
Thompson's worked it back to full count now. Let's see what Wilmer's going to come up with. He tries to throw a fastball by him or use something to break off speed.
Here's the payoff pitch. Fouled it off his ankle, I believe. Yeah, there's the umpire. Thompson knew it right away.
He knew it. He's got a smile on his face, looking back to the dugout. Mr. Thompson's a big, strong kid out there.
Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. And Thompson goes down swinging first out of the inning. For Wilmer, that is his third strikeout of the ball game. That'll bring up Quentin Shriver. Hits from the right side. There's a pitch from Wilmer. It is low for a ball. 1-0 the count. One out, bottom of the second, 4-1 Florida over Montana. That pitch is low for a ball, 2-0. Both teams trying to settle in here after a long, long delay. 3-0 the count. Games were postponed last night as rain came through. About an hour before we were first supposed to throw out the first pitch, about 5 o'clock. So about 4 o'clock local time. That pitch is chest high for a strike. 3-1 the count. So rain out the games last night. We were going to try to start Stanley at 9 o'clock this morning. And they were ready to go, but the tarp was on the field as the rain was coming in. That one nearly hits him inside, and another walk. Third of the ball game for Wilmer.
Well, I'll
and
tell you
Shriver
what,
heads at first.
The ground crew not only had to take care of this field, they also had to take care of the other field and give Jeff Clifton and his guys a lot of credit for getting it in game shape. It's not perfect, but it is playable.
And now we're going to have a Meeting at the mound, Sarasota. Well, we got a moment. Want to remind folks, you can join us every Monday and Thursday from 4 to 6 for X Sports Live on the X Sports Radio Network, where locals go to talk sports. Pigskin prognosticating 102 with Coach Lou returns Stanley this fall, along with extensive coverage of all 5 high schools in Lawrence and Giles counties. It's X Sports Live every Monday and Thursday from 4 to 6 only on the X Sports Radio Network. X Sports Live, where locals go to talk sports.
And we kicked off the football last night with a jamboree, 2-quarter action where Loretta, were in action against Middle Tennessee Christian, and they came up short 20-14, and then Lawrence County took on Dixon County and came up short in that game 28-14.
All right, so Brandon Thomas, the hitter, he squares around, does not get the bunt, and just getting back was Shriver. Pitch was outside for a ball, 1-0 the count.
And our own Charles Sweeten from Lawrence County High School got into an NFL preseason game last night with the Denver Broncos up in Seattle.
That's right. Got in the 4th quarter. Here's the 1-0.
Ooh.
Nearly grazed the jersey of Brandon Thomas. Yeah, it was good to see Sweeten get in the ball game last night. I know I
tried to stay up, but I was already asleep.
Well, I was dozing in and out, and then I caught it at the last minute. The pitch is high. 3-0 the count. I think the Broncos came out on top in that one. Shortly after I saw it, paused it on the DVR and got the picture.
Good.
Proof how sweet it is, indeed. That pitch is over for a strike from Wilmer. Brandon Thomas now faces a 3-1 count. 1 out. Runner at first, Quentin Shriver for Montana. Here's a 3-1. And high. 4th walk of the ball game from Wilmer. And the batter will be Caleb Morrison for Montana, his first appearance. Montana putting 9 to the plate. Sarasota, Stanley using that extra hitter availability to put 10 hitters at the plate. Scoring around. He pulls it back. It is high for a ball. And now time called by catcher Vasallo. They want to make sure they're on the same page with their infield alignments. You know, Montana, what we've seen so far, likes to play the small ball, Stanley. A lot of sacrificing, hit and run, National League, old school National League style of baseball.
Well, they're down 3 runs, but they're not trying to get it all back at one time. They're just trying to chip away and get back in this ball game and hold Florida right where they are.
Squaring around again is Morrison. Correction, that is
Did he call it a strike?
It is a strike.
Yep, 1-1 count.
So Meehan, my apologies, Meehan at the plate for Montana. And the count is 2-1. It is Caleb Meehan. There's a sacrifice. Wilmer, 1 place to go. First is it not in time. And now coming home is Shriver. Slides head first and scores his 2nd run of the ball game for Montana. It is 4-2.
Well, you saw exactly what that bunting does, and it puts that pressure on the defense. The pressure got to him on that play right there. So Montana getting back in this ball game. They've cut the lead in half now, 4-2. Sarasota still on top. Sarasota just needs to induce a ground ball right here and try to get a double play. Top of the order coming up for Glacier and Austin Green.
So top of the order, and Green, as Stanley mentioned, to face Wilmer in a 4-2 ball game. He squares around. He lays it down the right side, and it is foul as the safety squeeze was on.
Yeah, Thomas was running all the way from third base. See what they do right here.
And Green will swing away, fouled it off. 0-2 the count.
Yeah, I thought he may have taken the bunt sign off. Heating away with the runners at the corner now. Wilmer wants to keep the ball down in the strike zone and make him hit a ground ball or pop up to get that second out and maybe even 2 outs here.
So Austin Green facing an 0-2 count with 1 out, runner at third and first, and high curveball. 1-2. Here's Wilmer, the delivery. Another off-speed pitch is high a bit. 2-2. And Stanley, we talked a little bit about it Thursday night. The mound and home plate has brand new dirt. It has been packed in and built up, so I think there's still some adjustment and kind of getting the groove in.
They took the water very well. Of course, they were covered with their own individual tarps. But I'll check the mound, and it's in great shape. And they did a good job around the plate, too, putting that drying agent out there to soak up some of that water.
Thomas at third, Meehan at first. The hitter is Green, facing Wilmer, squaring around. Here's the suicide squeeze. It's executed to perfection. One play to go is to get Green as Thomas scores, and it's a one-run game at 4-3.
So a gutsy call right there by Glacier with 2 strikes on the man of Green at the bat, and he placed a perfect bunt down the first base line. The only play they had was to first base. So that'll score another run. So they've now only trailed by 1 run at 4-3.
So Meehan is at second with 2 outs, and the hitter is Thomas Helwig. Reached on an error his first time, swing and a miss, 0-1 the count. Wisconsin still with a 1-0 lead over Pennsylvania on Tom Cruise Field. That game in the third inning. It's 4-3 here on Denver Trap Field. There's a strike from Wilmer outside corner. 0-2 the count to Helwig. The 0-2 delivery. Popped out of play. Count remains 0-2. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Nice curveball. He fouled it off. He said, okay, it is.
He dropped it.
There we go.
The catcher dropped the ball and he had to make the throw to first.
All right, so that'll end the inning. 2 runs for Montana, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We head to the third. It's 4-3, Florida over Montana. We'll be back after this.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name, Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
And welcome back to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. JP Plant, Stanley Wilson here with you as we head to the top of the third. It'll be Vassallo, McCabe, and Wilmer. And here with the play-by-play, Stanley G. Wilson.
All right. 0-1 count here in this 4-3 ball game. Swung on and missed. 0-2 now on Vassallo. Sarasota scored 3 in the first and 1 in the second, and they're up by 1 run, 4-3 over Glacier, Montana. Here's the line of the pitch. The 0-2 pitch misses outside. 1-2 now. Leadoff hitter here in the top of the third inning. That one's off the plate, I believe.
It hit his elbow.
Oh, okay. They say he hit his elbow. He's going to take a leisurely walk down to first base. He's in a little pain. Well, they're going to check him out.
So Vassallo will make his way to first.
Ben McCabe, the extra hitter, will be coming up.
McCabe 0 for 1 today. The ground out to third.
Vassallo still holding it elbow. If you've ever hit your funny bone, you know what it's like.
Yeah, well, while they check on Vassallo, I want to remind folks you can watch and listen to every game of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, by visiting xsportsradio.com, the Xsports Radio Network, and Xsports TV, where the Babe Ruth World Series comes to life and available only at xsportsradio.com. Well, and look ahead, Stanley, at our State Farm tournament recap. As 2 games going on right now. These are regularly scheduled for Friday nights, as you've got Montana and Florida here. You've got Wisconsin and Pennsylvania over in Tom Cruise Field. Later tonight, after the live fireworks display presented by the city of Lawrenceburg, on Tom Cruise Field, you will see the California team from Westchester, California, in Los Angeles, against the East Tennessee champs from Giles County, Tennessee, just 20 miles down the road. On this field, Denver Trop, you will have the Pittsfield, Massachusetts team versus the host team from Lawrenceburg. And that will be tonight after the fireworks display. And this tournament recap brought to you by State Farm agent Brad Nielsen. For your auto, home, or life insurance needs, call Brad Nielsen at 931-762-8181. So Vassallo will leave the game right now, and we will have a
Saranzak will be in the game.
pinch runner there.
I imagine he'll stay in to catch.
Nick Saranzak.
No count here on Ben McCabe, the extra hitter. Runner at first. Green working from the stretch. First pitch. Ball inside, 1-0.
McCabe Stanley, his favorite athlete, Jose Bautista, with the Toronto Blue Jays, which is his favorite team. Make a little sense.
Ball outside. Sarasota is the spring training home for Baltimore Orioles. They've not been there that long. I remember the Cincinnati Reds were there for a long, long time. Saranzak gets his lead at first. Here's the wind-up pitch from Green. Ball outside. Throw down to first, and he's back in there. Shriver not afraid to throw it down there. Pitcher Wilmer on deck for Sarasota. Green looks over to first. Now he's at the stretch. He winds and he fires to the plate. Strike called. 3-1 now. McCabe had the take sign all the way. Looks long and hard down at Rob Million, and he's ready to go. Here's the wind of the pitch. Runner going. Swung on ground ball right through the gap through short and third into left field. And the runner's going to hold at second. So now Sarasota's got runners at first and second with nobody out. And Stephen Wilmer coming to bat.
Pitcher, number 25, Stephen Wilmer.
Wilmer, left-handed batter. Defense is going to shift over. Ball outside. Meehan in center field's going over toward, shaded over toward right now. Smiley playing deep back at second base, not holding the runner on at first. Here's Wine in the pitch. It's almost hit him inside. 2-0 now. So Green's run into some control problems here in the top of the third. Sarasota up 4-3, trying to add more to it.
And Stanley, we talked about the game times. Try to catch up a little bit as we'll play Saturday's regular schedule tomorrow starting at noon.
Ball high. Yeah, this is like only game 5. We should be around.
That's right.
13 or 14 right now.
So we'll start tomorrow at noon for the games that were originally scheduled for today. So that'll be Pennsylvania versus North Dakota at noon tomorrow on Tom Cruise Field. Also at noon will be Montana versus California. And what they're going to do, Stanley, is basically put a time limit on these games, 2.5-hour time limit, and just try to go until they get caught up, hopefully, if weather permits. They should be able to do that tomorrow.
Ball outside, so that'll be a walk. So Wilmer will throw down to first base, and the bases will be loaded now for Sarasota. And DJ McCarty will step up, the shortstop. The manager, Chad Green, wants to talk to his pitcher and his whole infield.
And looking on down at the schedule, as we mentioned those early games, the second games tomorrow will feature Giles County, Tennessee versus South Brazoria County, Texas. And that'll be on Tom Cruise Field. And the host team from Lawrenceburg will take on the Eau Claire, Wisconsin team tomorrow afternoon. Then they will reset, and
we're trying to get to the elimination games on Tuesday night.
That's right.
This is pool play, and what they're going to do is take the top 3 teams in each division. You got the American and National divisions. The top 3 teams make it to the single elimination portion of this tournament. The second place and third place teams of corresponding divisions will play each other. The first place teams gets a bye, and they don't play until Wednesday. But right here is bases loaded, ball inside, 1-0.
Well, McCarty had an RBI and 1-for-3 outing against Giles County Thursday. Did strike out twice, but he's certainly in a nice position, driving a couple of runs right here.
That one hits him, and he'll drive in a run using his backside right there. So Sarasota will go up 5-3 now on a hit batsman from Austin Green. Green just needs to settle down a little bit and try to get a pop-up or a ground ball. He'd like to have a strikeout. But he's got to find his control right here. Still working from the stretch with the bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Swung on, ground ball back up the middle, past the second baseman into center field. 1 run will score. 2 runs are going to score. The throw's going to come back into the infield, and they'll have runners at first and third. But Sarasota has plated 2 right there.
And Stanley, despite that ball hitting the mound and checking up a little bit, giving Max Smiley actually a chance at it, it was hit so hard it didn't matter what it hit. It went on into right center field. 2 RBIs, and as Doyle makes it a 7-3 ball game. And
Chase Doyle, yep.
It's like we might have a pitching change, Stanley.
And we do, as Chad Green makes his way. This Farm Bureau call to the bullpen brought to you by Farm Bureau of Tennessee and Lawrence and Giles County. Call Farm Bureau today and get your insurance checkup.
All right, well, with this call to the bullpen, we will take a break as Sarasota, Florida, 3 more runs here in the third. They lead at 7-3 over Montana. We'll take a timeout, tell you who the new pitcher is when we return to Lawrenceburg in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. We'll be back in 60 seconds across our network on the Exports Radio Network, Exports TV, and Hank FM 95.9 in Montana. Back after this.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You gotta come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
And we welcome you back to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Our new pitcher for Montana will be Drew Scherer after Austin Green went 2 innings pitched, struck out 1, walked 3, gave up 6 hits, and gave up 7 runs. All of them were earned. And so 7-3 your score, Florida over Montana. And Stanley, Florida, of course, we knew coming in, had some hot bats, and traditionally, as the host team from Lawrenceburg has seen them in the Southeast Regional before, and in the World Series last year at Ocala as 14s, it's a very powerful hitting team, and they've come out tonight with the hot bats.
Yes, they have. They scored 8 runs against Giles County, as you said, so they are capable of making some runs. Producing runs, I should say. So Scherer on the mound for Glacier. First pitch on its way. Swung on right back up the box. Shortstop gets it, steps on the bag at second, throw to first in time for the double play, but a run will score. But Glacier, Montana turns the double play as Bistoto caught the ball, stepped on the bag, threw it to first to Thompson. So the bases are clear as Florida now goes up 8-3. First pitch outside to Hassett. Next pitch high. 2-0. That went inside, 2-1 now. Excuse me, 3-0. Here's a 3-0 pitch coming. Right in there for a strike. Three-one pitch. In the dirt for ball 4, so Hassett will take his spot at first, and that'll bring up Hayes Bush. 2 out here. Sarasota scored 3 in the first, 1 in the second, and 4 so far in the top of the third, and they are up 8-3 over Glacier, Montana. We've had scoring in every inning.
A very active ball game so far.
Ball outside.
Scoring update on Tom Cruise Field, Wisconsin, still leading Pennsylvania 1-0. That game in the 4th. That's also available at Exports TV 1, or rather Exports TV 2.
Strike call, 1-1. We got so much going on here.
I tell you, we're having a good time though. We're thrilled to have the World Series in Lawrenceburg.
Wouldn't want to be anywhere else right now. Here's the wind in the pitch. Swung on, popped up out of play to the right side. They're going to take a look at it, but I think it's going to meet the pavement over there, and it does. Be interesting to know how many baseballs we go through.
Yeah.
Big cheer from the other field. And they just tied it up. It's 1-1 over there.
It's Pennsylvania just scored.
West End, Pennsylvania from Williamsport and Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Here's Wine in the pitch, ball outside. And, you know, that's one good thing about having two fields with this rain delay. You can get some action quickly back, get your schedule back into
that's right.
into line. Runner going, swung on and missed. Strike three, and that'll do it for Sarasota. But they do score 4 runs in the inning, and they'll take a commanding 8-3 lead here. We go to the bottom of the third. Florida 8, Montana 3. You listen to Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. Back in a moment.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name, Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
We're back in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network, Exports TV, and joined by the folks from Kalispell, Montana on 95.9 Hank FM. JP Plant, Stanley Wilson here with you. 8-3 your score. It'll be Bistido, Smiley, and Colladaychuk. And here is Stanley Wilson with the call.
First pitch, ball outside. Bistido up there. Wearing the Mickey Mantle number 7. One in the pitch, ball high. 2-0 now. Wilmer back on the mound for Sarasota, the starter for the Florida group. 2-0 pitch, runs it to 3-0 now.
Bistido, Stanley, his favorite athlete, Mike Trout. Guess what his one of his favorite hobbies is?
Fishing.
Hey, well done.
A lot of good fishing up in Montana,
yes.
I'm sure. That's on my bucket list. I want to get up there. That one's fouled off. 3-2 now. If I mispronounce their names, they may not let me in over the state line. Swung on ground ball towards second. The first baseman's going to come over. He's got it. Going to flip it over to Wilmer covering, and they got him. So good defense by Sarasota. It looked like it was maybe going out to the second baseman, but the first baseman came over. That was Doyle. And he flipped it to Wilmer covering the bag. So a 3-1 put out. And Mr. Smiley will come up here with 1 out. Max, the number 4 hitter and the second baseman for Glacier. First pitch to him way outside, trying to throw the breaking ball. Strike in there. Evens it up at 1-1 now. 1 out, bottom of the third. Sarasota leading 8-3 over Glacier. Ball high. 2-1 now. Here's the pitch to Smiley. Oh, it did hit him. So he'll go down to first. So Montana will have a runner with one out.
I believe that's a third hit batsman in this game, Stanley.
Some control problems from both pitchers. Holiday check will come up. What is he doing?
We got our mics switched up on our fields, I think.
They're on the other field.
Yeah.
Got a little technical problems. Yeah. And I think Sarasota's going to call a timeout right here.
They just want to hear take me out of the ball game. That's what they want to do.
And the plate umpire is shaking his head. So, they're in the fifth inning over in the other.
Yeah, we'll get our chance over here in the middle of the fifth.
Sorry about that. I was confused. So Holiday check will step back in for Sarasota. Excuse me, for Glacier. Now I'm really confused.
Yes.
Let's get back on track here. Here's a wind in the pitch. That one's fouled off. Stephen Wilmer going all the way for Sarasota. The lefty. Let's see if he shows that good move over there with a 0-1 count to first base. There's a wind in the pitch to the plate. Strike in there. He's not worried about the runner at first with a 8-3 lead. Holiday check back in there with a 0-2 count on him. Wilmer at the stretch. Takes another look at first, now throws to the plate. Swung on, ground ball towards second. Up with it, throw to second for the force out, and that's all they're going to get. As Hayes Bush fielded that one and turned and threw it to McCarty. So 2 out now, runner still at first base. That'll bring up Ryan Thompson. So Thompson will step in.
Thompson walked his first time up.
Runner at first. Wilmer steps off. Now he's back ready, and Thompson steps out. Now he's ready. Get everybody on the same page, including the announcer here. Here we go. Wind and the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike one. 2 out here in the bottom of the third. 0-1 count on the batter, Ryan Thompson. Sarasota 8-3, but Glacier's trying to get some runs here. Ball outside. Evens it up at 1-1 now. Wilmer kicks and he fires. That one's fouled straight back at us. My cameraman jumped a little bit over here.
There's a net up there, AJ, for a reason.
Yep.
I tell you, we got to thank our crew all week long getting ready for this and then through the tournament. We'll name them off later in the broadcast.
Here's the one pitch to Thompson.
Oh, nasty, Stanley.
That was a slow curveball, and he's called looking. So that'll do it for Glacier, Montana in their half of the third. Your score, Sarasota, Florida 8, Glacier, Montana 3. You're listening to the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. We welcome our friends from Montana on listening on 95.9 The Hank FM. Back in a moment.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
We'll get. And we welcome you back to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, as Sarasota, Florida, with an 8-3 lead over Glacier, Montana. So we head to the top of the fourth, and up for the Southeast champs will be the 10-1-2 hitters, Gardner, Hubbard, and Vasallo. And here with the call is Stanley Wilson.
All right, guys. Gardner, he laced a shot toward left center field. We'll take request up here.
Yeah, that's right.
That one's popped up. Is he going to stay in play? Catcher coming over. And nope, goes out of play.
We got a sign. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
There we go. Hi, Ben McCabe's family watching from Canada. There we go.
Oh,
nice camera work, Darian.
That's the request we took. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swung on, popped up in the infield, in the short center field, I should say. Second baseman going out, and he's got it.
Nice play.
And we've got to change our pitchers here for. That was Austin Green, who was the starting pitcher, I should say. Scherer back out there in relief. Drew Scherer. And Green makes that catch right in the short center field. So one out. And that'll bring up the top of the order for Sarasota and Tommy Hubbard, the left fielder. That one's fouled off to the right side out of play. Played second base in the first game against Giles County, the East Tennessee champs. So 0-1 count on Hubbard. Here's the wind of the pitch. Ball outside, evens it up at 1-1 now.
Had one official at bat in that game. Did score a run.
That one's outside. That one's laced down the first base line fair, going into right field. Hubbard around first, and that's all he's going to take as the ball gets up in quickly.
Yeah, Colliday Chuck did a fantastic job. Got to that awfully quickly, Stanley, down the right field line.
Well, there, that benefited the fielder that time because that ball stopped out there.
That's right.
But he did lace it down the first base line, Hubbard did.
Yeah, the first couple of balls out there allowed some runners to score because it slowed the ball up. But you're right, that time allowed him to get to it.
Throw outside, throw down to second with the runner going, and he's in there safe. So he runs on the first pitch from Scherer.
Shriver knew what he was doing in terms of had the right pitch. They were expecting that, but Hubbard just got a great jump on Scherer, able to steal second.
So 1-0 on Saranjak. Pitch to him is ball high. Ranzak came in the ball game for Vasallo, who went out with a hurt elbow. Strike in there. 2-1 now. Next pitch misses inside. 3-1, one out. Runner at second for Sarasota. Trying to add to their lead. They're up 8-3 here at the top of the fourth. Here's the wind of the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike two. So it's a full count. We'll have the payoff pitch coming. Hubbard gets his lead at second. That was popped up out of play to the left side. Full count remains. One out. Shara at the belt. Looks back to second. Fires the plate. Swung on and missed. Foul tipped. Foul tipped at the plate.
Just got a piece of it.
Hit the umpire, and he's going to take a little stroll and catch his senses a little bit. So Ransack gives a tap to the umpire. The umpire taps the catcher. Now we're ready for the 3-2 pitch coming up. Scherer looks back, winds, fires. Swung on right back to shortstop. He's got it. Going to toss over to second for the force out, for the double up on the runner. So a line drive to the shortstop and a flip back to the second baseman produces a double play, and the Glacier gets out of the inning. Sarasota fails to score for the first time in their half of the inning. They still lead, though. Sarasota 8, Montana 3. You're listening to Exports Radio and Exports TV. Back in a moment.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name: Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown, where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
And welcome back to Montana and Florida from the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. JP Plant, Stanley Wilson here with you. 8-3 your score. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Up for Montana, it'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters, Schreiber, Thomas, and Meehan. And they'll be facing a new pitcher for Sarasota, Florida, and that is Seth Shore, who will come in from his third base position. And we'll see who's at third. There we go. We've got Christian Garner at third. And center is Saranzak. And Wilmer, I believe, is done for the day.
So Seth Shore will take over the pitching duties. And Schreiber will be his first batter to face. Bottom of the fourth, Montana looking to get some runs, get back in this ball game. They trail 8-3. The boys from the Big Sky. Swung on and missed, strike one. A little late on that one. Here's the wind of the pitch. Grounder toward third. Is he going to stay fair? It does. Throw on to first. Not in time. It gets away, and I don't think nobody can get to it as the catcher pounces on it. And now the first baseman shook up as there was a collision at first base. Sarasota doesn't need anybody else hurt. Little swinging bunt down the third base line. Third baseman came up with it, firing to first, but the throw went a little wide. And the first baseman, Doyle, had to reach for it, and they collided. Shriver, the runner, collided with him. But he seems to be okay, and they each other give a little high five. Sportsmanship here at Babe Ruth Baseball. You love to see that. Two 15-year-old kids out there battling, but they respect each other. There's the line of the pitch. Squares around the bunt. Bunts it foul, though. They'll have to start all over again. This is Drew Scherer, he was pitching right now. Good hustle by Ben McCabe getting down there and getting the ball that was loose to keep the runner at first. 0-1 count, nobody out, bottom of the fourth. Here we go. Pitch out. No runner going though. It evens it up at 1-1. So call pitch out in that situation. Now let's see if Glacier's got the man running here. Here's the pitch outside. Chase Doyle on the mound now for Sarasota. Swung on, fouled off.
And a score update from Tom Cruise Field. It is Pennsylvania 3, Wisconsin 1. That game in the bottom of the fifth as Pennsylvania has added 2 more runs, and that now just going to the top of the sixth. 3-1 Pennsylvania over Wisconsin.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, rounder right back to the mound. He's going to go to second for one. No throw to first. He puts it in his pocket. They do get the force out at second base and the lead runner. I'm going to bring up Meehan.
Number 2, Taylor. Meehan.
Scherer at first.
See, the Meehan tried to call a timeout there, but it was basically right as Shore was starting his windup. The umpire did not grant it to him. Took a strike, 0-1.
So the 0-1 pitch coming up. Ball up high. 1-1 now. Look at there.
Wow. You're watching us on Exports TV. We got a parasailer.
That's not on my bucket list.
No. They don't land on the field.
Although
it's not something you see every day in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
There's two of them.
Sure are. Getting a bird's eye view of the World Series.
Yep.
There you go.
Got an American flag and a rainbow. 2-1 count, 1 out. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ball high. I thought the fireworks were not supposed to start until after this game.
Yeah, no kidding. Hope they don't make a pass during the fireworks.
Yeah, that'd be kind of scary.
Be a hot ride.
That would be scary. Oh, my goodness. Fun at the old ballpark.
It really is.
3-1 count. Swung on right back up the middle, and it's going to go into center field. He's going to have to hurry up and get to second, and he does. So Glacier's got 2 runners on now with 1 out, first and second base. Oh, one of them smoking. I hope that's on purpose.
Number 10, Austin Green.
Can smell the Kiwanis concession stand
Yeah, I
firing
can
back up
too.
the grills.
Austin Green steps up here, top of the order for Glacier. First pitch to him is in there for a strike. Seth Short pitching for Sarasota in relief.
Green with a walk and a sacrifice bunt, so not an official plate appearance as of yet.
That was shot back up to center field. Center fielder coming over toward right. He catches it. Runners are going to have to hold where they are.
Nice play by Saranzak. Had him played perfectly. Was shaded that way towards right center. And went with the baseball for the second out of the inning.
Number 23, Tommy
We'll have all these defensive changes. So 2 out now here in the bottom of the 4th. Sarasota's up 8-3 over Glacier, Montana. First pitch is high outside to Helwig. 1-0. Runners at first and second. They get their lead. Shore on the mound for Sarasota. He winds and he fires. Ball high. 2-0 now.
Helwig is 0 for 2. Reached on an error. And was out on a drop third strike. Throw down to first by Vasallo.
Swung on a miss. Throw down to first. They got him. He tagged him on the leg. Nice throw there by McCabe down to first base. So that'll do it for Montana in their half of the 4th inning. We go to the top of the 5th. Your score, Sarasota 8, Glacier 3. You're listening to Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. And you're listening in Montana to 95.3 Hank the FM.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You gotta come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
And welcome back to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. You're in the booth with us, JP Plant, as I hit my mic with this bat. Be careful, Stanley Wilson right there. Want to let you know if our merchandise that we got at the tent, those of you maybe watching locally, or you can also, we'll get the website for you, but we got some other stuff selling online as well. But got the water bottle, Stanley, you got a coffee mug, right?
Coffee mug.
Coffee mug, there we go.
What I need
keep
every
something
morning.
Cold. But the bat, but a lot of things happening here at the Babe Ruth World Series on the Midway, and we are glad to be here today for the World Series as we get back into action here. And with the call once again, Stanley Wilson, it will be McCabe, Wilmer, and McCarty up for Sarasota.
1-0 count now. Here's Wine in the pitch. Strike called, 1-1. One pitch on its way outside, and they're still flying over above us, which is probably good for them. They're still flying. 2-1 count. Swung on, fouled off to the side, evens it up at 2-2 now. Well, my friends are right. Have a face for radio, not TV.
Yes, indeed. We both do. Stanley?
That one's foul tipped at the plate. Ben McCabe started out as an extra hitter, came in the game to catch. Threw out a runner in that last inning, and he leads off here. That one's fouled off to the right side. He's getting his hacks up there. 2-2 count. Sarasota up 8-3 over Montana. The boys from Glacier. 2-2 pitch. That was popped up down the right field side. Coming over into foul territory, and he can't get to it. Galladay check had to go a long way. A lot of foul territory in this stadium here on this field. Two-two pitch, and he stumbles. Well, I think it was time called. Time called at the plate. Swung on ground ball towards short. Up with it on the first in the dirt and scooped out, and they're going to call him safe as he got pulled off the bag. Bistoto's throw pulled. Who is that playing first now?
Yeah, we do have a new first baseman.
Morrison, Matthew Morrison. I apologize for that.
We're too busy hawking souvenirs.
Yeah, trying to get our ugly mugs. Our ugly mugs on camera selling mugs. That's Matthew Morrison over there at first base. So an error, this first one for Montana. Pitch on the way is outside. This is Wilmer. Started off as the pitcher. Oh, 1 count. Throw over to first. Back in time easily. McCabe, the runner over there, gets his lead. Sheriff from the stretch fires. That one's fouled off as McCabe was on the run. Oh, 2 count. Nobody out. Here's a pitch. That one's fouled off at the plate. Count remain 0-2. Got to get some more baseballs out there. It's hard to play this game without one. Oh, 2 pitch coming up. Throw over to first in there, back safely. It's Ben McCabe. There's a wind and pitch. Swung on, fouled off to the left side. Pennsylvania up 3-2, going to the bottom of the 6th inning over Wisconsin. Here it's 8-3, Florida over Montana in the top of the 5th. 0-2 pitch misses way upstairs. 1-2 now. Drew Shearer on the mound in relief of Austin Green for Montana. That one's fouled out of the way. So Wilmer staying alive up there. Shearer trying to throw something by him, make him swing and miss for the third strike. Nobody out, runner at first. One-two pitch coming. That was slapped down the left field line out of. Drops foul in the bullpen area.
The sixth pitch fouled off this at bat, Stanley. From Stephen Wilmer. Battling with Drew Scherer.
The lefty has battled. You're exactly right. Drew Scherer, right-hander on the mound for Montana. He looks in, gets his sign, throws over to first. McCabe in there again easily. Family here, friends in Canada. Glad to have you. 1-2 pitch on its way. There's a shot towards center field. That may get down, and it does. It's going to go in between the center fielder and right fielder. McCabe around second. He's going to stop at third, and Wilmer's going to stand up at second base with a double. Nobody out, and Sarasota's got runners at second and third now. And that will bring up DJ McCarty, the shortstop.
Shortstop, number 8, DJ McCarty.
McCarty with 2 runners in scoring position, trying to do some damage here and increase their lead. Drew Scherer trying to get a strikeout or a pop-up right here and keep them right where they are. Here's the wind of the pitch. Ball inside. 1-0. No pitch coming, ball high, 2-0 now. Nobody out. Sarasota leading 8-3 here in the top of the 5th inning. McCarty at bat for Sarasota. Ball misses outside, 3-0 now. Drew Scherer asking where that pitch was, and umpire tells him high. So 3-0. Pitch coming to McCarty. Strike in there, 3-1 now. Chase Doyle on deck, the first baseman for Sarasota. Three-one pitch popped up into center field. Long run, and he can't get to it. And 1 run will score. And the runner at second had to hold up, and he's going to remain there. But Ben McCabe comes in. So it's 9-3 now. Florida over Montana. And Chad Green calls timeout.
And Stanley, while they have a timeout, I want to remind folks that you can watch and listen to every game on xsportsradio.com. And if you're looking, have to step away from your TV or locally from your radio, want to hear the games. Games on Denver Trap Field, where you're listening to us right now, can be streamed on the TuneIn Radio app by searching for 105.3 The X. And on Tom Cruise Field, we've got you plugged in on the TuneIn Radio app, Exports Radio Online. So on TuneIn, search for Exports Radio, and you'll find the games on Tom Cruise Field there on the TuneIn Radio app. We're going to have a pitch and chase, Stanley.
Yep, the call to the bullpen brought to you by Farm Bureau of Tennessee in Lawrence and Giles County. Call Farm Bureau today and get your insurance checkup. So while we got a break in the action, while the new pitcher warms up, that looks like it's going to be Smiley. Let's take a quick break. You're listening to the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV.
And we'll be back in 60 seconds.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
And welcome back to Denver Trap Field, Bobby Brewer Park in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Pitching change as Max Smiley will spell Drew Scher. And Scher went 2 innings of work.
Oh.
As, you're right there, Stanley?
Well, I thought that guy was going to hit the light pole there.
Look at it. As Scher went 2 innings of work, we've got 39 total pitches, gave up 1 run, and it was unearned. He struck out 1, gave up 3 hits, and walked 1. Smiley is the new pitcher for Montana, and he'll be facing Chase Doyle.
Well, Smiley's in there to induce some sort of ground ball to try to get a double play here. As Chase Doyle steps up for Sarasota. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Montana looking for a defensive gem right here. Here's the wind in the pitch. Swung on ground ball towards second. He's up with it, only played a first in time. So Doyle pulls the ball, and it's almost like a sacrifice bunt. Second baseman, Hayes had to go to his left and field that one. And the only play he had was to first base.
Number 5, Seth Shore.
So Shore will step up, pitcher of record for Sarasota. 1 out, but 2 runners are in scoring position. He can help his own cause right here with a base hit. Here's a wind in the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 1. Smiley, the third pitcher used by Sarasota tonight. This is their first game in pool action. The Florida team from Sarasota has already won 1 game. 9-3 here, Florida over Montana. Ground ball toward third. Shortstop can't get to it. 1 run is in, and they're going to hold the runner up at third. So Sarasota will have runners at first and third now. 10-3 is going to be your score. Sarasota on top and looking for more. Max Smiley trying to get out of this. They got a force out at second if the runner doesn't take off right here. Has it, your batter for Sarasota. First pitch to him, shortstop gets it, bobbles it a little bit. Going to throw to first, not in time. He was thinking about the double play, I think, and he bobbled it, and that gave the runner enough time to get down the line, and the runner from first going to second to be in there easily. So Sarasota scores another run on the error. And it's an 11-3 lead now for Sarasota. Hayes Bush will be your batter. That was a shot over the second baseman's head into right field. Here comes another run for Sarasota. The runner's going to go around second and go to third without a throw. And they've increased their lead now to 12-3. One more run will get them to the magical 10-run rule, but Montana will have another chance for an at-bat as they are the home team here.
That's right, 10 runs after 5 innings. Or through 4.5. So if the home team was up 10 runs after the visitors got 4 at-bats.
Christian Gardner up there, the number 9 hitter for Sarasota, but he poked one of his first at-bat to right center. Excuse me, to left center. That one's fouled off. Max Smiley on the mound for Montana. Trying to work out of a jam here. 0-1 count, 1 out. Sarasota looking to increase their lead. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ground ball towards short. He's up with it, throw to second, on to first. Not in. No, they called him out. Yeah, I thought he was going to throw the safe sign out there, but he called him out. So a double play by Montana will keep the score from being a 10-run score. It's Florida 12, Montana 3. You're listening to X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV. Back in a moment.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You gotta come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
A little bit to take me out to the ball game. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Take me out to the ball game. Can't hear you. Take me out with the crowd. Come on. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back far. Root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Have a big time in Lawrenceburg. Fireworks coming up after this game.
All right, that is the master of ceremonies, one Paul Plant, who does that on both fields. You probably heard that earlier as the first game. And he's doing that every game of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series, and all part of the show. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It's 12-3 Sarasota, and here with the call, it is Stanley Wilson.
All right, Glacier back up to bat here. First pitch outside to Hellwig. He was at bat when the runner got thrown out at first base. So he comes back up here with a clean count. 1-0 now. That one's outside. 2-0. Seth Shore on the mound for Sarasota in relief. Two-0 pitch coming up. Swung on a foul back. 2-1 now. Glacier got a double play to keep the score at 12-3. But they need some offense in the worst way right now. That one's grounded toward first, but foul. Right off the end of the bat, like a cue shot down there. Two and two count, nobody out. First batter here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the wind and the pitch to Hellwig. Swung on. There's a little looper over the third baseman's head. The first baseman's got it. Long throw over, nowhere near. So an infield hit for Montana gives them a base runner at first. So a good way for the Glacier offense to start here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Trailing 12-3 to Sarasota, Florida. Estodo comes up now. And nobody out and a runner at first. Here's the first pitch to him is outside. 0-1. Excuse me, 1-0. parasellers have got me messed up here. Shore from the stretch. Looks over to first, fires to the plate. Ball high. 2-0 now. Runner gets his lead at first. Shore at the belt. Winds and fires. Ground ball toward first. Goes under his glove into right field. Runner comes around second, and Helwig's making his way to third base. So the Glacier, Montana fans having something to cheer about here. First two batters are on. That'll bring up Max Smiley.
Never too late for a rally, Stanley.
Exactly right. We've seen it.
So we are just in the 5th inning.
7-inning affair here. Smiley comes up with runners on the corners, first and third, nobody out. Glacier trying to cut into this deficit they've got, 12-3 to Sarasota. First pitch. Misses for ball one. One-0 pitch due. Outside, 2-0 now. So Seth Shore has fallen behind here to Max Smiley. Smiley steps out, looks down to his manager, Chad Green. Now he's back in there and ready to go. Runner going. Strike called, no throw down. And the runner took off, and Shore still had the ball in his glove. So it'll be a 2-1 count, but now Glacier's got runners in scoring position at second and third. And nobody out, so Smiley can do something right here. Two-one count. Here's the one in the pitch. Strike in there, evens it up at 2-2 now. Smiley looking down at Chad Green again. And he's ready. Swing on, ground ball towards second. That'll plate one run. Second baseman throws on to first for the out. But Glacier does get a run. Now it's 12-4, Sarasota.
Chipping away, it's their MO,
yep.
Stanley. And as we mentioned, just in the 5th inning. Shore now with 30 total pitches. It is a very muggy and humid night. Temperature not too bad, but it's just muggy. No air whatsoever blowing this evening.
Clouded it. Swing on and miss, strike one.
Claudette Chuck today 0 for 2. Strikeout and a fielder's choice.
Ball inside. Evens it up at 1-1. Shore looks to third. He winds and he fires. That one's fouled off. 1-2 now.
Stanley, we do have a final as West End Pennsylvania gets a win over Eau Claire, Wisconsin, 3-2. Tight ball game over there. Tom Cruise Field.
Swung on, ground ball towards third. He's up with it, throw over to first in time. But Bistodeau scores. Another run for Montana. So it's 12-5 now, Sarasota. The bases will be empty. And Matthew Morrison will step up. If I'm not mistaken, this will be his first at bat of this ball game. First pitch swung on and missed, strike one. Oh, and 1 count, 2 out.
Stanley, I mentioned the weather from our in-house meteorologist at the X. I'll tell you that after this pitch.
Strike called. 0-2 now.
It's only 78 degrees. At dew point, though, Stanley is at 70.
That is getting muggy.
And as I mentioned, no breeze whatsoever. It's baseball weather, though.
It is. It is. That's what August is supposed to be like. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Misses for ball one. 1-2 now. 2 out here in the bottom of the fifth. They've scored 2 runs to make it the score 12-5 Florida over Montana.
Yeah, and what we're feeling right now is typical August weather here in the Mid-South and southern Middle Tennessee.
Ball misses outside. Evens it up at 2-2. Seth Shore on the mound for Sarasota. Matthew Morrison, the batter for Glacier, Montana. Strike 3 called. That'll do it for Montana in their half of the 5th inning. We go to the top of the 6th. Your score, Sarasota 12, Glacier, Montana 5. You're listening to Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. We want to welcome our visitors in Montana listening to us on 95.9 FM The Hank. Back in a moment.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You gotta come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
And we're back in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. We've got Florida leading Montana 12-5. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Time now for our game summary, Stanley.
Yes, this game summary brought to you by the Summit at Home, helping individuals live independently at home. For the Sarasota, Florida group, they've got 12 runs on 11 hits and 2 errors. And for Montana from Glacier, 5 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors.
All right. Thank you very much. And first pitch, got a new hitter for Sarasota. Camry Banks step in the batter's box. His first plate appearance against Max Smiley. Took a ball inside. 1-0 is the count. Smiley's 1-0 delivery is high for a ball. 2-0. Montana's next game will be tomorrow at noon Central Time. They'll be taking on California as games will be on both fields beginning at noon tomorrow. That pitch is low for a ball. 3-0. A correction now. My apologies. It was a strike. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Popped up, shallow center field. Going out is Bistideau. Coming in. Actually, Green makes the play over his shoulder. Nice play, Austin Green, for the first out of the inning, and Banks is retired. It's a tough play, Stanley.
That was. He had to turn his back to the infield just about and catch it over his shoulder. I'm sure the coaches would have rather just have the center fielder come in and make that play.
Your batter, number 31, Nick Sarenzak.
So Nick Sarenzak will step into the batter's box, hitting from the left side. 1 out. In the top of the 6th inning, 12-5 lead for the Southeast champs from Sarasota, Florida. Here's the first pitch from Smiley is outside for a ball. 1-0 the count.
So we got one game down here today with the West End, Pennsylvania winning their first game 3-2 over the Wisconsin group from Eau Claire.
Wisconsin now 0-2 in the tournament. That pitch is popped up. I believe it'll stay in the ballpark. Shriver makes the play. No, just drops the ball right at the World Series logo. That's tough. That ball was spinning.
Yeah, like crazy up there. Tough play right there.
And we appreciate all the comments on our YouTube channel. Brenda Lane, Brendan and Cheryl watching in Dallas. Grizzly Geifel making nice comments on the play by Austin Green. Here's the 1-1 delivery to Shriver. Is low, 2-1 the count. Also Linda Collier, Logan Strazella down in Florida. Deanna Green up in Glacier. Two and one the count to Nick Saranzak. Here's the pitch from Smiley. And it's outside for a ball. 3-1 the count. JP Plant, Stanley Wilson here with you. The Exports Radio Network, Exports TV. And in Kalispell, Montana on 95.9 Hank FM. The pitch gets to the dirt. It's ball 4. And a one-out walk for Saranzak. That'll bring up Ben McCabe, 1 for 3 with a ground out single and reached on an error.
Gabe came in to catch here in this ball game.
And those listening to us in northwestern Montana, you can hear every game of every Montana game right here on the Exports Radio Network and, of course, our friends at Hank FM. Pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. And again, a reminder, Montana's next game will be Sunday, tomorrow, beginning at noon Central, 11 Mountain Time. And, of course, 10 a.m. Pacific. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Inside for a ball, 2-0.
We're doubling up on Sunday.
That's right.
We're right at 2 hours in this game so far, JP.
Yep. Getting Tom Cruise Field ready for their second game tonight. That will be Giles County is a swing and a miss. 2-1 the count. The East Tennessee champs from Giles County will take on the team from Westchester, California. You can watch that on Exports TV 2. If you listen to us on the radio, want to catch that one, you can catch it on 103.1 and the TuneIn Radio app. Just search for Exports Radio. You can find it right there. Zach Wright, Paula Walker back at the studio working all week tirelessly, along with our operations manager, Ben Luna. There goes the runner. Shriver, throw it off the mark, and head first slide and safe is Saranzak. Pitch was high, 3-1 the count. And McCabe will have an opportunity for an RBI with a runner in scoring position.
Well, that one got away from the catcher. a little bit. He threw it, and the ball sailed on him to the right field side of second base. And Green made a good play to keep it in the infield.
12-5 your score. Florida over Montana. Florida already with the win. They over Giles County Thursday, 8-6. First game for Montana. That pitch is high to McCabe. No, they called it a strike. There we go. I guess it was at the letters. A little delayed call.
A lot of delay.
I looked up a little too quick. So the count is full with one out. Runner in scoring position. Here's Max Smiley from the stretch, looking back to Saranzak now, delivers to the plate. Strike three, inside corner. Gets McCabe looking for the second out of the inning.
Good pitch from Smiley right there on the full count, using that inside corner.
That'll bring up Stephen Wilmer. Wilmer walked and scored in the first, walked and scored in the third, doubled and scored in the fifth. Not a bad night. Does have some pop in his bat as he was the runner-up in the home run challenge Wednesday. Part of the skills competition. Takes a first pitch strike outside corner from Smiley, 0-1 the count. Yeah, he and Jacob Laws, who plays for the host team from Lawrenceburg, big 6'7", 230. Had quite a duel going back and forth.
Yeah, they sure did.
Time Wednesday morning. It was a lot of fun. Smiley steps off the rubber. Uncomfortable with Saranzak dancing out there.
No wind here today, though.
No. You have to put a charge into it if you want to get it out of here. Strike inside corner at the knees. And the count now 0-2 to Stephen Wilmer. Cleanup hitter for Florida. The pitch is fouled away. Montana will take on California tomorrow afternoon, as we mentioned, at noon Central. Florida's next game will be tomorrow afternoon at some point. There's a line drive into deep right field. Going back is Chuck. He has a beat on it and makes the play for the third out of the inning. Wilmer put a charge into it, but not enough to get out of this dead air tonight in Lawrenceburg. We head to the bottom of the sixth. It's 12-5 Florida over Montana. This is the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the X-Sports Radio Network, X-Sports TV, and on 95.9 Hank FM in Kalispell, Montana. Back after this.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
And welcome back to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. J.P. Plant, Stanley Wilson with you on the X Sports Radio Network. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. A 12-5 lead for Florida over Montana. For the boys from Glacier, it'll be, got a pinch hitter there. Luke Schweiger pinch hitting for Montana will lead things off. So one more game tonight on both fields. In between the games, we're going to have some fireworks. We are looking forward to that. And if you're watching us on X Sports TV, you can get a good sense of the crowd here tonight. Lawrenceburg, the host team, is next on this field. Denver Trap, Giles County, the East Tennessee champs, staying only 20 miles away. The odds or the, having a team that close, so close to each other in the same World Series is pretty special. And they're playing Tom Cruise Field tonight against a team from California who will be Montana's next opponent tomorrow. And home plate umpire keeps going back and forth. Not sure what.
I'm not either.
What he was going for.
He must be telling one bench something and then going over and relaying the same message to another bench. I'm not sure about what, though.
All right. So Sebastian Hassett, the new pitcher for Florida. First pitch to Schweiger. Swing and a miss. Strike 0-1. So Shore's day is done. We'll give you his numbers in just a moment. The 0-1 delivery. Another off-speed pitch. And just misses outside. Count even at 1-1. Deanna Green, watching us on X Sports TV, says it's rally time for Glacier. That pitch is outside. 2-1. We are thrilled to be able to bring this all across the country, the 2015 World Series. Swing and a miss by Schweiger. And the count even now 2-2. 12-5 your score, bottom of the 6th. Nobody on, nobody out. There's the pitch, chopped, fouled. Stanley Christopher Ludy says, great camera work announcers, just like the Bigs. The camera work, maybe. I don't know about the announcers.
I don't know about us.
And that was low. Count is full. Nice comments, though, Christopher. We appreciate that. Here's the 3-2. And that one's high. So a leadoff walk for Luke Schweiger. Works the count back from a 1-2 deficit. And
Number 4, Brandon Thomas.
so Brandon Thomas will step into the plate. The batter's box. 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Lawrenceburg and Pittsfield, Mass. In our second game on Denver Trap, there's a chopper. Coming off the mound is Hassett. One place to go. That's to first, to Doyle. In time to retire the batter. Schweiger moves to second with 1 out.
Good play there by the pitcher Hassett, getting off the mound quickly and grabbing that ball and firing it down to first base.
1-3 on the putout. And got a pinch hitter. Skylar Warner steps in the batter's box. His first plate appearance of the evening. Swings and misses for strike 1. In the 9-hole position, Austin Green is on deck for Montana. 1 out, runner at second. Here's the pitch from Hassett. Fouled away, over the first base dugout. And Stanley, when we started this game, down the baselines, we had a few seats available. Not anymore.
No, they filled up quickly.
Of course, a lot of people coming in for the fireworks. Talk more about that in just a moment. The 0-2 delivery is low and outside. 1-2 the count. Right behind us, where we're located, which is basically on the campus of Lawrence County High School, the football field is behind us. The home stands are going to be filling up with citizens of Lawrenceburg coming in just to watch the fireworks. It's technically outside of the ballpark. That pitch is inside for ball 2-2. And by the way, if you want to watch the fireworks, you can do so on Exports TV 2. So you can access, of course, all that on our website, exportsradio.com. Here's the 2-2. Back to Hassett, going to third to get the lead runner, Schweiger, for the second out of the inning. So fielder's choice, 1-5 on the putouts. Schweiger is out, and Warner is at first with 2 outs.
Again, another good play by the pitcher. Fielding the ball, looking at the runner, and the runner broke to third, and he was able to get him out with a tag there.
First pitch to Green, in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. There goes the runner. And into second is Warner. The stolen base. This pitch was low for a ball, 1-1 the count, but Warner now stands at second base. We got a question on YouTube channel. Update on Vassallo. We do not, unfortunately, as we are up in the booth and do not have anyone down there on the field. We will, though, once we come to the single elimination round. We're going to have reporters in both dugouts for all 5 of those championship bracket games. Here's the 2-1. Inside. Strike. Two outs. In the 6th. 12-5 Florida. Strike. Swing through was Green, and Hassett gets out of the inning as Montana leaves a runner on. No score in the 6th. We head to the 7th inning. Florida leading 12-5 over Glacier, Montana at the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network, Exports TV, and from Kalispell, Montana on 95.9 Hank FM. Back after this.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name: Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
You can watch and listen to every game of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee by visiting exportsradio.com, the Exports Radio Network, and Exports TV, where the Babe Ruth World Series comes to life and available only at exportsradio.com. Top of the 7th inning, Sarasota, Florida on top of Glacier, Montana, 12-5. It's the boys from Florida, and it'll be DJ McCarty, followed by Boyle. And we'll see if Shore stays in to hit. McCarty. Nice evening for him. Stanley 2 for 2. Pair of singles. Also hit by a pitch. He faces Smiley, who's in his third inning of work now. 27th pitch right there is over for a strike, 0-1.
Smiley wants to keep them right where they are. Good chance in the bottom of the 7th to tie or win this game.
That ball is low. 1-1, and
Sarasota has done very well, scoring in all innings except 2 so far.
There's a strike. Outside corner, 1-2.
Sarasota with 12 runs just on 11 hits. Montana with 5 runs only on 4 hits.
Grounder just foul. Turned on it, did McCarty. But it will be a strike. It will remain actually 1-2. So the Tom Cruise Field, California and Giles County will eventually play, but there will be a fireworks display in between games. Here's the 1-2. Lifted into deep left center field. Back goes Meehan. Over his head to the wall. McCarty strolling into second with a leadoff double for Sarasota. And Stanley, he put a charge into that one in the dead air of the ninth.
He sure did. Hit it probably the deepest part there in left center field, and it one-hopped, and they got it back in quickly, but McCarty standing at second with a stand-up double.
We got a pitch hitter for Sarasota. Will Riesenberger will get his first plate appearance this evening. At 375 in straightaway center. It's a big ballpark at Denver Trap. And that one's lifted into center. Meehan now coming in. Makes the play. The first out of the inning.
Now that was in shallow center field. Not enough for McCarty to get down to third.
Number 5, Seth Shore.
So it will be Seth Shore at the plate, 1 for 3. So he stayed in after his pitching day was done. Takes the first pitch high for a ball. Stanley, we got people from all the way from British Columbia in Canada down to Florida and all across the country. Every nook and cranny can watch this game and the entire Babe Ruth World Series on Exports TV. You can listen online on the Exports Radio Network at exportsradio.com. And for the latest scores and updates, follow us on Twitter at Exports Radio. Big cut by Shore. And the count evens at 1-1. Top of the 7th. Florida leading Montana. Essentially day 2 of the World Series. It's day 3, but day 2 of action. That one's fouled away. As we had what you could call about a 24-hour rain delay as the games were rained out last night, scheduled to start at 5. Actually, I guess a 25-hour is we didn't get going again till 6 o'clock this evening. Scheduled to go at 9 o'clock this morning after the games were postponed last night, and it rained all day. Between that 24, 25-hour span, nearly 4 inches of rain. And if you're watching, you can see what great condition the field is in. The grounds crew has done a fantastic job on both fields. 1-2 delivery. Strike 3. Outside corner. And Smiley with the hook. Second out of the inning, that'll bring up Sebastian Hassett. Sebi, as his teammates call him. Two outs in the inning. There goes the runner, McCarty. And that one hits Hassett.
The runner will have to go back to
Yep.
second. And they'll have runners at first and second now.
Hayes Bush will be the batter for Florida.
Number 13, Hayes. Bush.
And you got to love our public address announcers. We got a slew of them, and I tell you, they all have fun. They're all very good. That's Chad Moore over there. Those may be listening on the radio local. Know exactly who that is. And now balk.
He must have broke his hands.
That'll move the runners up an extra base. Two outs in the inning. Runners at second and third. First pitch to Bush is outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. (12-5) your score. We're in the top of the seventh. Florida leading Montana. Florida already with a win in the World Series, 8-6 over Giles County, Tennessee. Ball is fouled away, 1-1.
Reminder, all foul balls, please return to the concession stand.
Smiley can still get out of this. You just got to get this batter right here.
Smiley with 38 total pitches, 25 have been for strikes. Here's the 1-1. That gets past Shriver. Here comes the runner, McCarty. The ball is there and not in time. Sliding safely in was DJ McCarty. As a nice hustle by Shriver. Hassett moves to third, and it's 13-5 Florida.
Well, if Smiley would have taken the route on the third base side, he took it on the first base side, he might have had a closer play and had a chance to get him out right there. A good hustle by McCarty coming down that line.
So the 2-1 is outside. Now it's 3-1 to Bush. Bassett at third. There are 2 outs in the inning. Score now 13-5 Florida. Strike as Bush unable to check his swing. Count full now, 3-2. And Stanley, while this is just the first game for Montana, series anywhere far from being over, as you've got at least 3 more games. But the runs allowed is the first tiebreaker, and 13 in that column may be difficult to come back from. There's a foul ball over in the VIP section. Babe Ruth dignitaries and other folks are sitting up on that half-bed truck up there. Payoff pitch again from Max Smiley to Hayes Bush. And it's high for a ball. They put runners at the corners. And the hitter will be Christian Gardner for Sarasota. Garner today, 1 for 3 with a double, fly out and a ground out. First pitch from Smiley is low for a ball. And Stanley with a 13-5 lead. Probably will not see Bush take off from first.
Probably not.
Just a hunch. Slightly open stance for Gardner for the right side, facing the righty. There's a ball driven into left field, but Thomas has a beat on it and makes the play, falling to his knees for the third out of the inning to retire Florida. But not before Sarasota gets an extra run on a hit. No errors. 2 runners left on base. Last chance for Glacier, Montana. They need a big rally. They trail 13-5. We'll have it for you. It'll be Hellwig, Bistido, and Smiley when we return to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, in the Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network, Exports TV, and 95.9 Hank FM.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name: Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
Last chance for Montana. They trail 13-5 to Florida. Their first game of the Babe Ruth World Series, the second for Florida. Hassett on the mound. Hellwig takes a swing of the first pitch, and McCarty, DJ, nice toss over to Doyle for out number one in the bottom of the seventh.
Number 7, Terry Bistineau.
Tarek Bistineau, the hitter, takes a strike on the outside corner. Count is 0-1. Sebi Hassett. That toss, a little outside. 1-1 the count. Here's the 1-1. Little soft liner. And gets through the glove of Gardner. And that was in no man's land. Correction, that was not Gardner, but
that ball was hit off the end of the bat.
Yeah, it was.
Pulled, though. Usually they go down the other way, but that one's kind of pulled off the end of the bat, and he kind of died on the third baseman right there.
That was Riesenberger who came in the last inning. Yeah, that was a tough play.
Yeah, Will couldn't. He just looked like it was going to be a line drive, and all of a sudden it just started going down to the ground.
He had some side spin, too, and now time asked for it the last second by Smiley, and granted.
We've seen that. The second time we've seen that tonight.
Hassett was halfway through his motion. So Bistineau is at first. Smiley, the hitter, one out. Bottom of the seventh. 13-5 your score, Florida over Montana. That pitch is high for a ball. Coming up in our postgame show, we'll have our first volunteer player of the game. Also, our Cocina Real play of the game. Plus, our U-Save save of the game. There's a line drive into shallow right field. Nice play. Who is that out there now, Stanley? You see that number out there?
Let's see if I can find him here. Maybe Camry Banks.
Nice play.
We don't get the defensive changes up here.
Pitch to make the adjustments on my iPad here. There we go. It's Culladay Chuck. Line drive right back up the middle.
Well, he hit that ball right where it came back from, right up the middle. So Glacier not out of it yet. Still got one out to work with.
So Matt Morrison, number 5, struck out his first plate appearance this evening. 2 outs. For Montana, they trail 13-5. And Hassett, big slow curveball. Gets Morrison swinging. 0-1 the count. Montana again plays Sunday, tomorrow at noon Central. Noon Central against California. Florida will play again sometime tomorrow afternoon. That one nearly hit the batter. Morrison looked at his arm there. May have grazed his jersey. Didn't get the call one way. You got to sell that one, Stanley, right?
Yeah, you got to. Look, Mr. Rump.
It's close. Take a little hit. Pop this one. And Doyle has a beat on it to retire Morrison and Montana. That will end the ball game as Sarasota came out from the very first of the game, and they get a 13-5 win over Glacier, Montana. Stay tuned. Condensed post-game show, our player of the game, play of the game, and our save of the game. And a reminder, if you want to watch the fireworks, Exports TV 2, you can see the fireworks display live from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. We'll take a 2-minute break. We return, we'll have our post-game show with some final statistics and more from the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee on the Exports Radio Network, Exports TV, and 95.9 Hank FM from Kalispell, Montana.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story & Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story & Lee.
We know when we come into Story & Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You gotta come see Story & Lee.
Story & Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
And welcome back to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. As your final score in our first game on Denver Trap tonight, Florida 13, Montana 5. And Stanley, let's get to our post-game particulars. Let's get to our first volunteer player of the game, Stanley.
All right, our first volunteer player of the game is going to be shortstop for Sarasota, DJ McCarty. Went 3 for 3 in the ball game. Made some good plays out in the field, so good job for DJ McCarty, who's our first volunteer player of the game.
Scored 4 runs as well, Stanley. Nice job for DJ McCarty. All right, Cocina Real play of the game brought to you by Cocina Real, the home of authentic Mexican taste. And I tell you what, I think that play in right field by Cameron Banks, sliding in like that on that wet turf, I think was probably one of the best plays of the game, don't you think? Pretty athletic.
Yeah.
All right, congratulations there for Cameron Banks. And so there's your Cocina Real play of the game.
Time now for our U-Save car and truck save of the game, brought to you by Save Car and Truck Rental, where you always have a choice. You Save Car and Truck Rental, the official rental car company of the Exports Radio Network and the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Sebastian Hassett came in relief for Sarasota, not an official save, but he came in and gave them 2 innings of not giving up any runs whatsoever. And Sebastian pitched eating up those 2 innings. In JP, in this kind of tournament, you've got to, with the pitching rules they got, is that's where you got to have some people working those late innings with a big lead like that. And Sebastian came on and gave them the innings that they needed without giving up any runs.
All right, so congratulations, Hassett. Came in and no runs, as you mentioned, for our save of the game. And finally, how about this for our Vision Center replay? The fireworks tonight that you'll be seeing if you watch on Exports TV. As you see us on Exports TV 1 right now, JP Plant alongside Stanley Wilson. We are glad you are joining us all across the country and Canada as well, so we appreciate that. But finally got some baseball in today, Stanley. So, a strong team from the Southeast region in Sarasota, Florida. Glacier had to wait around so long just to get a game going as they were off yesterday and then came to the ballpark this morning at 9 a.m. and had to wait until 6 o'clock just to take the field. Had to. Affect them a little bit. I mean, it's a long time to wait.
That's one of our Williams Auto Sales keys of the game, was to try to be settled down, don't get anxious out there. But unfortunately, they gave up some runs there in the first inning, and Sarasota never looked back. So it was tough to wait all day long, and not only that, to wait from Tuesday to start playing baseball, and maybe Montana can regroup and get back at it tomorrow.
All right, speaking of tomorrow, Montana will take on the team from Westchester, California at noon Central Time, as we'll get baseball started at noon on both fields. Sarasota's next game will be sometime, hopefully tomorrow afternoon. They were scheduled to play tomorrow at 3, but we've got to get today's regularly scheduled games in first, and then we'll try to work in what's scheduled for tomorrow, sometime late tomorrow afternoon.
Well,
so
they're playing the doubleheader tomorrow, and after tomorrow night, we'll know more about what's going on in the pool play, and everybody will be caught up by then. And so what the goal is try to get to Tuesday for the single elimination games starting Tuesday. But hopefully we can get all the games in that need to be get in tomorrow on Sunday, and we'll go back to our regular schedule on Monday.
All right. If you want to get more stats, you can go to GameChanger.com and follow along with the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series from Lawrenceburg to get more in-depth stats. And also you can go to ExportsRadio.com, watch the replay of this game as well. All right, we want to thank you for tuning in to 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. Executive producer is JP Plant. Operations manager is Ben Luna. Director was Kyle Johnson. Studio engineer tonight, Miss Paula Walker. For Stanley Wilson, I'm JP Plant, reminding you to join us tomorrow at noon. And actually, we'll have a game later tonight as Lawrenceburg the host, so stay with us for that later tonight as Lawrenceburg will take on Pittsfield, Mass. And you can see that only right here on the Exports Radio Network, Exports TV. Good night from Lawrenceburg for now. If you want to watch the fireworks, go over to Exports TV 2, and you can watch it there. Come back for us, for the host team, Lawrenceburg Exports TV 1. Sometime maybe around 9 o'clock.
And we got a special presentation before the Lawrenceburg game. You don't want to miss that.
All right. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in about 20 minutes or so after the fireworks. Enjoy, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name: Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.